In this video, I'm going to talk to you about this web tool called Parlay and how you can create lessons in Parlay and integrate them into your Schoology account for students to access it. So the first thing I want you to do is check out Parlay online. I'm at parlayIdeas.com, but you can just go to parlay.com, and it has these three different things that it does. It has a universe, which is a topic library of lessons that teachers have already curated. You can search the lessons, you can rate the lessons, and once you find the one that you like that fits the content that you teach, you can make a copy of it and remix it and customize it for your students in the classroom. The second thing that Parlay does is you can facilitate online roundtable discussion and live roundtable discussion. And really, it's about creating a space for critical thinking and deep learning through discussion. And both of these platforms I've participated in with groups of teachers, and we were all very engaged. And I'm going to show you why. The first thing is with an online roundtable discussion, a teacher can create the prompt and then share the link with the students, and then you gather student responses. Now, when you're gathering responses, they can respond anonymously or they can respond as themselves. Now, a lot of times people are wondering with anonymous how to monitor that. Well, the teacher, it's not anonymous to the teacher. What Parlay has done is they have these famous scientists and people in history who have had an impact in the world, and they have those as a pretend profile. It's just a feature that you can choose. And that way, students can just have this discussion with like Michelangelo, who is someone in their class, and provide feedback with each other, but the teacher does know who that student is. Another thing that online discussions do is they have an actual rubric and feedback space. So let's get started because I want to talk about the live ones as well. But let's take a look at just what it looks like. When you log in, you're going to sign in with Google. Everybody in the San Ramon Valley Unified School District has an account, a premium account with Parlay. So I invite you to come and check it out. The universe is where all of the lessons are housed. And so if you want to go there, you can just take a look and choose some resources there. But we're going to go to this round table and we're going to create an online lesson. You can create from scratch or remix ones that you've already created. I'm going to go to the universe to find a lesson that I want to teach. And when I was thinking about this, I wanted to do a search around how to teach with Parlay because I know that there's been people who've already designed lessons around that. And that's just sort of a time saver. And I noticed that this one called How to Use Parlay by David Brosh has been remixed 714 times. So it must be a pretty good lesson. So what I would do is just, review the prompt. It has the learning goals, and you can embed a video for students to get ready for the discussion. And then you're going to include what they're responding to, and then how you want them to respond. And those are all things that are a part of this lesson. So I click use this topic, and then it's going to prompt me to, who am I sharing this with? I'm going to share this with my first course. And there it is. And I can take a look at that and I can edit it if I'd like to. I'm going to click on edit. And maybe I was looking at this lesson and I was thinking, I'd really like to have a rubric for peer feedback. If you click on peer feedback, these are prompts that you can invite students to reflect on before they respond to each other. And that's one way to get them um, practicing some of those online discussion skills. And then, is this an assessment or are we going to provide this with points? And here's a little rubric for that you can monitor and um, edit. And then this is the space where you decide if you want the real names of the students or if they're anonymous. Again, if they're anonymous, the teacher on that end knows who the students are, so you can still connect with your students in that way. Once you have your parlay set up, you want to invite the class, and you would put this code on a whiteboard if you'd like to. You could share that link and put it into Schoology, or just share the link and add it onto a Google document or however you're teaching. Or this is the integration with Schoology. You click right there and it's going to say you need to set it up. So I'm going to set up a connection with Schoology in this way. Going to connect, approve, and then it takes me here so I know that I'm connected. Now I'm going to go back to my actual lesson. And here it is, how to use Parlay. I've already modified it. And I'm going to invite my students again. It's kind of a two-step process the first time, but once you've got it set up, then you don't have to do that again. So you can give a little directions. Please engage in this conversation about how to use Parlay. So what I'm typing here is going to be in the description on the Schoology page, and then it's going to say, please click on this link. I can add a due date. I might just leave this open till January. I'll go here. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and assign point value, and assignment category is my integration modules. So then I click next and it brings me to all of the students that are in my class. Do I want all of them there, or do I want to do individual students? Okay, I'm just going to do one individual student at this time, but you can do what works best for you. And then I'm going to click finish. Okay, so Parlay has now been sent to my Schoology class. When I go over to Schoology, I'm going to refresh, and it says how to use Parlay. Right now I can see that it's only sent to that student. If I wanted to add more students, I could do that right there. And what it looks like for them is kind of the same that we had seen on the other end. Please engage in this discussion on how to use Parlay, and then it gives the code. So then as a student, they're going to click on that and they'll read the prompt and go through the exercise, and they'll be able to have a discussion with each other. So I'll share more resources on how to teach with Parlay, but that is how it integrates directly with Schoology.